I've been in over 150 international level Savate bouts. I've been in 7 world championships, I won 1 of them. So I've got some experience in the Savate Assaut. Now, Assaut is a form of Savate in which all force is excluded. That is, it's not full contact, you're not seeking a knockout. So any of you comment under this video saying these things will not work in full contact, you're probably right. What I've discovered across that time is that things that work in the past don't work for you now, and things that work for you don't work for your student, or things you thought were definitely going to win the fight against this opponent turn out to be useless. Meaning that all of these tips are rightly subject to future learning and improvement. If you do end up commenting below with your own views, thanks so much, because that really helps me out in searching for the ideas for winning the next fight. Savate Assaut is a form of light contact or controlled contact, or if you take the rules literally, no force striking. I particularly like that because it means that if I'm boxing with another person, they're not trying to hurt me. I can get into a sporting encounter with them, and like it's a tennis match, I'm trying to find the right angle to lob the ball in the back of the court, make sure they can't hit me back. That's all I'm doing with a Savate opponent. I'm trying to make sure I get the opportunity to score, and then they don't get the opportunity to score back, and at the end we touch gloves, we smile, and hopefully no one's damaged, no one's hurt. We get to continue with our day, with our tournament, with whatever we're doing. That's why I like Assaut. How do you win a Savate Assaut match? First thing, sort your fitness out. Now, I've not included that because it's the most important, but because it's the easiest one to sort out first. If you lose your Savate match because in the 3rd round your legs ached and your heart was pounding and your lungs were killing you, that's an unforced error. There's no reason why you couldn't have gone for more running, more skipping, done more work. So make sure you're fit for your fight. In my estimation, that means if you're doing a 3-round Savate fight, you need to be fit for 6 rounds on the trot with very little rest or an active rest in between them. Make sure that's sorted. Your next Savate fight is going to be much easier. Second thing, volume. If you're in a situation in which knockout power is forbidden, then your substitute is volume. If you are throwing more punches and kicks in a Savate fight than your opponent, it likely means that you have found more angles and more opportunities than they have. Aim to throw at least 1 or 2 missed strikes for every landed one. That way you start to express yourself, you start to fill the space in between you and your partner, and you are throwing more than they are, which really helps the judges out. Because for a judge, it's much easier to be impressed by the number of strikes thrown than to judge accurately how many have landed. Of course you want to do both, but get part 1 of that equation sorted out first. Throw more volume than your partner, even if that means hitting the thin air in front of them quite a bit before you manage to land. You'll find that the person who throws more is creating more, is discovering more opportunities, and is able and loose enough to let themselves go. That's a good quality for a Savate Assaut match and for winning one, so put that into your practice. The very important counterpoint to that is to make sure your strikes are well formed. Savate judges are sticklers for good technique, and it only works on their score sheet if it's done with the right trajectory at the right distance and it looks like good Savate. So spend a while making sure your kicks look good and you can range them properly. That way you're influencing the judges to your advantage. Next, fight for the judges. If you think about it, the person against whom your techniques need to be effective is not the person who walks from the opposite side of the ring towards you, but the 3 people who are sitting alongside it. Because at the end, the decision is theirs. Your opponent, no matter how much of a difficulty you're presented to them, is not in charge of the final decision. So if your personal aim is to win, that makes your business not punches and kicks, but in getting someone to write down a certain number or see things a certain way. The actions or the opinions of the judges, however, are not in your direct control. Let's remind ourselves, the locus of personal control includes things such as your opinion or mood, what you pursue and what you desire and what you don't. In fighting terms, that might mean you are in control of pushing to the final bell or giving it 100%, or how you comport yourself moment to moment. So let's adapt what we are in control of in order to influence the judges. For example, positive body language. If you have positive body language, 3 judges who are maybe tired out from the day's exertion favour you. Throw more strikes, like I said in the previous situation, and help out their counting game. Be aware of which strikes are easy to score and which ones are not. For example, in Savate, if you're kicking with the point of the toe, it's very accurate. If it's a body shot, that judge is never going to be 100% sure that has either landed or hit my elbow. It's too fine a decision to call for that judge. That judge maybe believes it, yeah? But a strike to the leg is visible to all 3 judges, and in Savate, leg shots are both permitted and a very good idea. How about double kick to the leg? All 3 judges will likely score 2 landed shots, whereas if you go for the higher value body or head, you're missing out 1 or 2 judges' line of vision. So there's something to think about. What sort of calculus can you apply to helping the judges score for you? For a longer video on what Stoics call the dichotomy of control, check out the link in the description below. Final one for this video, feu d'artifice, fireworks. One of the beautiful things about Savate is the high kicks, the spins, the jumps, the flourishes. Have fun doing them and apply them, especially in the last 10 or 15 seconds of the round. You don't want to give that sort of exertion too early on and tire yourself out for the rest of the bout, but finish each round, finish each fight with at least 10-15 seconds fireworks. You might want to put in to your fight high shots and spins just in your standard repertoire. That is one of the things that makes Savate so much fun to do. You get to make beautiful kicks and not just expedient ones. Like I say, it's a sport, it's a game, it's a bit of fun, it's chess with another person, chess, tennis, Savate, take your pick. They're all games in which you try and outmaneuver, outsmart, and in this case, outperform your opponent for fun.